Hey guys, how's it going? Jason Station here. Welcome back to week 3 of the Lineup Academies, the series where I am covering my lineups that I play throughout the Runeterra Academy Team League. I play with Majin, Jason, as well as Kever, and wait, that's all three of them. Cool. I'm just gonna cover my lineup this week. Same kind of deal. I'm gonna talk about what the sort of the goal, the reasons why I and my team decide on the lineup, what we're aiming to beat with this, and go over the results, go over the matchups, and how they turned out. So let's start with the first deck. So the first deck here is Feel the Rush. This is a pretty standard deck as far as things go. It's just a very classic staple of the control-ish archetype. Avalanches, Ravines, Withering Wails, Vengeances. You have it all the SI cards and all the Frogger cards to control the board, push towards your Feel the Rush turn, and then have just big overall units kind of to trample down. Fairly standard as far as things go. One Lendros as well as the Atrocity, things like that. Just keep things going. But just the core of a control lineup with Feel the Rush. Second deck that I brought was the Jace Sentinels. This does fall under the same sort of control bucket. It does have a lot of the SI control cards, things like Vengeance, Ruination, Piercing Darkness, and Valfies, things like that, as well as a little bit more from the PNZ side as well with Thermo, Mystic Shot, and Shock Blast. Added bonus of playing PNZ is the fact that we have Pharaoh Financer in order to find us more copies of either removal, tempo, or other ways of burn, which is really key. Something that this deck kind of undermines is its ability to kind of tempo out your opponent. The Sentinels not only having the fearsome keyword, but also having the ability to scale damage makes them pretty fearsome, no pun intended, against some more board-based decks that don't really have an easy time of blocking fearsomes, especially with how much burn that we have within this deck. Once we have a leveled up Jace, we can start shock blasting our opponent's face, and we also have Albus, which can push additional damage to our opponent. So just a very, even though it is a control-y deck, it does have a very tempo-based shell and is able to push a lot of aggression early on and then end the game with a little bit of falling in the same category of this tempo early on and then have some finishers. We have Caitlyn Ezreal. This is a deck that I did showcase yesterday on the channel that I did really well on ladder, and I was feeling very confident rolling into RA with it. Again, just a very hard tech control sort of style of deck, but with a lot of tempo packed in, so you can push a lot of damage in the mid game. The sort of like overall goal with this lineup, as you notice across the 3 different decks, we have a multitude of removal cards. 3 Vengeances across the SI decks, and then 3 Scorch Earth in the Caitlyn Ezreal deck. Just very good cards against a lot of the more mid-rangey sort of stuff. Even the Feel the Rush deck is a little bit more hard-teched against the Swarm decks with copies of Box in them as well. So the overall goal this week was to ban Sundis. It's a deck. It was the main focus that I wanted going into this week. I think a lot of our team members and I were expecting Monoshima to make quite a splash given its relative power level amongst, I think, top players of the community, all thinking that Monoshima didn't have 2 bad matchups. Or if there are a lot of people trying to target Monoshima, you'd have like a lot of the burn decks, the Draven Rumble, the Pirates, things like that, which is something that my lineup was able to beat if I did run into them. Beyond that, we do have good answers against just other sort of mirror matchups, as well as just more mid-range styles, things like Pantheon. I think my lineup would do relatively well into as well, so just a nice hedge. As long as we ban Monoshima, things like Your Own Arms, things like Pantheon, things like aggro decks just really aren't able to get through this sort of lineup, and was really what I was hoping for walking into this week of RA. So with that said and done, we'll go into the first round and talk about my opponent's lineups and see how the match progresses from there. So on to our first round opponent, we are up against Yang Zera, part of the Wombats, and he brought a very similar lineup to us, so I will do my best to point out the differences and how I think that these differences in the decks actually affect some of the games and how they play out. So the first matchup we have here, or at least the first deck that he has, is another Kate Ezreal deck. So right off the bat, we have a Kate Ezreal mirror on our hands. And I want to point out a few cards that he does differently. So first, he has Culling Strikes. Culling Strikes aren't... They still affect us because Culling Strikes can still kill Caitlyn and Ezreal just for 3 mana. So even after like Ezreal's leveled up, Calling Strike is just a very good way of efficiently removing Ezreal. And within the deck, just, you know, you can use it on like pretty much anything you want to play. Otherwise, most of the deck is fairly the same except for 3 copies of Aloof Travelers, which I think does a very good job in the mirror, being able to discard your opponent's Captain Farron's or your Tribeam Improbulators. Seeing 3 of them right off the bat makes me a little bit more scared. This card can really make or break it if they manage to hit like a Tribeam that you're stacking up, especially if you only have 1 Tribeam in your hand. So right off the bat, there's a slight edge. I think I would give him a slight edge in the mirror, just because he is playing Aloof Travelers. Now there is a way to play around it by like playing Pharaoh Financier and manifesting like an A-cost card, which can like protect your Tribeam or protect your Farron, or have like a Thermogenic Beam in hand and hold that as long as they have 4 mana up, so that whenever they play Aloof Travelers, they discard your Thermo Beam instead of like your Farron or your Tribeam Improbulator. Rest of the deck is fairly standard. You know, we have 2 like removal cards each. He does like 1 less Static Shock, 1 less Piltover Peacemaker, but he makes it up with like the Aloof Travelers. Ultimately, in the mirror, if you know, taking out Aloof, it really is a little bit more coin flippy. Who has more Tribeams, who's able to get their Tempo Swing turned off first, or who kind of plays into it. And so even regardless of whether or not he has Aloof in the deck, it's still very close matchup, just depending on who has like the token, who has the Tactor, and things like that, and who draws better overall. But as I'm playing throughout this game, and spoiler alert, I do have a mirror matchup, that's just something to keep in mind. See when they can play Aloof Travelers and know how to play around Aloof Travelers, especially if you have a Farron or a Tribeam in your hand. The second one here is a Zoe Aphelios list. This is with Noxus. So instead of like the Aphelios Victor or Aphelios Vilas, he chooses to play Noxus in favor of a 1-of Captain Farron on the top end. This deck is fairly standard as far as things go again. Just another grindy Aphelios deck. They do have the Noxus cards, which again provide a little bit more of a control aspect, having cards like Flock and Calling Strike in order to deal with some pesky units, being able to combine it with Sentry. So unlike other sort of Aphelios decks, maybe the ones that aren't in Noxus, Arachnoid Sentry is a huge development punisher, especially for the tempo decks that I'm bringing, such as Sentinels as well as Draven Ezreal, where you really want to be developing into your attack turns. Arachnoid Sentry is something you need to be looking out for, and something you don't really think about when you're playing against Aphelios deck, because normally they're not paired with Noxus. So having an additional thing to think about, if I develop, do I get punished by Sentry, or should I just open attack and, I don't know, maybe get Calling Strike? So that's just a general idea there, but overall fairly standard star shaping deck, Captain Farron, things like that. Kill the champions, make sure you know have Thermo for Zoe, etc, etc. And then lastly we have Monoshima. Not something I need to talk about too much because going into this week I did want to ban Monoshima. So right off the bat we had a fairly easy decision on our hands. We're just going to ban Monoshima and then take our matchups against the Aphelios deck as well as the Caitlyn Ezreal deck. Overall, I think that our matchups here are pretty flippy. The Caitlyn Ezreal mirror is pretty much a coin flip, and then the Sentinels deck, very similar sort of concept in order to develop tempo and then close out the game with burn. Because most of our decks have relatively low amounts of healing, our health level does matter, and it's a lot just about tempo. And then very similarly for the Aphelios deck, again, just a very tempo-oriented deck. The only difference is that they have star shapings on their top end to allow them to heal a little bit more, so you need to prioritize how much damage you can produce early on. But overall, I think this matchup generally is, both matchups are generally pretty close. I think, you know, they can go both ways depending on how they go, but very even one. If either of us won, it would come down to either luck or just draw, or maybe like one of us outskills the other one. But going into this one, feeling fairly 50-50 about it, so let's see how it ends up. This one is the Zoe Aphelios deck. This one's pretty similar, just how the like early game plays out. They have House Spiders, they have like some 1-drops. It's gonna be a little bit annoying. Tribeam. Farron's good, but we really need Tribeam in these sort of matchups. Hopefully we can draw into Tribeam in like 2 or so turns. We do have 3 draws to find a Tribeam. If we can hit Tribeam, then we're kind of doing okay. If we don't, then we're gonna be a little bit behind. So, let's see how it goes. It's not ideal, Because, like, we could be really behind if he, Okay. Let's just thermo then. Unfortunately, didn't draw the Tri-Beam. If we drew, like, Tri-Beam here, we could have, like, got a proc. But now, like, it's a little bit awkward. So here, we just hope he doesn't have, like... Oh, okay. One turn late. One turn late. Damn. Unfortunate. So here, you can have, like, Calling Strike. You can have, like, Sentry plus Flock. Looks like he has neither, which is good for us. Very good news. This just gives us a little bit of breathing room, because if he had like Calling Strike plus like a House Spider, or like if he had House Spider last turn plus a Calling Strike, I think that could have like eaten us back a little bit on tempo, and that could have been a little bit scary. Sentry Flock this turn is fantastic. So like if he plays a Phelios here, Sentry Flock. House Spider. So he does own 3 Flocks, which makes me hesitant to block with, like, my Caitlyn. I don't want to play this card here because, well, it sucks. Yeah, alright. Okay. It gives us this block. So he does have 2 Pale Cascades, which we need to be a little bit cognizant of. I don't really mind if he Pale Cascades here though, like that's not even that good for him. Like if he has to like Flock a 3-1, that's like perfectly fine with me. Baron. The punish of developing is Sentry. In this point, we just want to try to avoid getting Sentry'd, so I'm pretty happy just taking the attack here. Do I want to hold this back? I think it's fine. Star Shaping on turn 5, that's really early for Star Shaping. So it makes his hand just a little bit more awkward in my eyes. Like maybe as like a 3 Sisters or like a Comet off the Slayer Priestess. I don't have like a good enough read here, but I really like to use this reactively. Like I could just like Whispered Words this turn, but I kind of want to at least put on some board pressure. I don't know. I think his hand is slow, which lets me play a little bit slower. House Spider is fantastic. I can like come back on a little bit of tempo from that. And we like hopefully draw like a flash when we hit like this 2-1. Pharaoh Financer is a good card. Like we have Double Farron. Double Farron is like exactly what we need in this matchup, because it's so good. Double Farron is fantastic. I will probably block with Caitlyn this turn. Is there something I want to do? So like say he plays like a Phelios, I want to be able to kill it somehow. Pretty happy taking this pass. I just like make his development slightly more awkward. Arguably I'm taking like too much damage here. Like I don't want to put myself in a position where like Grapeon can just easily kill me, which is something we do need to be a little bit cognizant about. Actually a good card. I got playable next one. It's like he can't stop this very easily. I can't kill that right now, unfortunately. Never mind, he can like Calibrum it. Ugh. Having a response for a Phelios here sucks. For this turn, we're just going to play our Tri-Beam. I think. Our Tri-Beam's so small here, though. Like, if we play this and he has like Calibrum, that really stinks. I really want to get rid of a Phelios this turn. So I can like go Peacemaker Flock. Okay. There's no Guiding Touch, so there's no way for him to stop this Flock, which is good news. And then we can like develop a House Spider, I guess. Okay. We can stop his Farron, so that's like good news. We do need to be careful, right? Because like he does also have a Farron, and then I'm at a theoretical like 4 health if he has Farron. Like I might have taken too much damage this game. That's not fair.
Sunlight guide you, my brethren.
I want to say that he has Comet off of one of the priestesses, so if I play Farron, I take 2 damage. I'd play this. It's not that bad. I can also just pass. Passing is slightly awkward because I do want to get my tri-beam stuff going. I could just like Peacemaker this turn. I think it's like a fair balance. Just like saves up my tri-beam just in case I need it. It's a little bit awkward here. Excuse me. Written, okay. I mean, either champions gets blasted by tri-beam immediately.
If they mattered, I'd let them live.
Watch your toes.
So next turn we have 11 mana. We can't play both of these, unfortunately. Like, we might have to pass next turn, which obviously sucks. Because if we play Farron, we just allow him to do too much. It's like he'll just calm it and then play out his hand. Oh, he just plays a Felix this turn. Perfect. And I can just like tri-beam. I'm not completely sold on why he decided to do that right now, because tri-beam lines up really well. Oh, what a hit. That's insane. Okay, it's another flock. Sure. But now I can play the strength in numbers, and that's really good. Is Farron better? So I'm pretty sure he has like a Comet off the Priestess, and he got like Rin for the other one. He has a Flock here, or like a Scorch at the very least, and then he has like a Comet, which makes this line just very awkward. Yes, there we go, perfect.
And here's where I'd paint my constellation.
Plenty for all of us.
So now he needs like a Flock and a Scorch. Oh, Guillotine, that's nasty. There's one of Guillotine coming in pretty clutch here. But we're still very far ahead in tempo now. And we have double Farron to close out games. Like, if he plays Farron and I play Farron, we're ahead, right? Because then I can just attack, and he can't. Oh, Jesus Christ. He needs to play something, right? Ooh. So Great Beyond doesn't even do it, right? Because he would need to heal 12. Okay, that's fine. That's not fine. Are you kidding me? Oh wow, I took... and this... oh my god. Really? Wow. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Are you kidding me? That's so lame. What the heck? That's so lame. Oh my god. Alright, you got me. Wow, that was lame. I took too much damage. Like, that was the thing I was a little bit afraid of in my mid-turns. Like, I definitely could have taken like 2 less damage and then I would win here. But, that was... I don't know. Maybe I should have prioritized my health total a little bit more. But, like, he had to hit that, and I had to have no removal. Oh, everything went out so poorly there. Just took too much damage in the mid-games, and that definitely cost us a little bit. Caitlyn on 3. This is not bad for, like, protecting our tri-beam. You also need to find Tri-Beam. Like, just having aloof protection is really solid. Like, I had to play this, and then I can find a card that protects my Tri-Beam from the aloof. House Spider? Okay. Like, whatever card I'm taking, I'm not playing until I play the Tri-Beam.
When I can.
But this is still the best card, regardless of the scenario. So let's say we develop Caitlyn, he like Sentry Flocks us, we attack, and then we trade. I think that's the best case scenario for him, right? He only has one Thermo Beam.
Hot on the trail.
Like, he would have to play Sentry here. Static Flock, okay. Like, Static Flock is good, but it's just so slow for him. Or like Mystic, okay. Like, that's fine. It's just like very slow, and then we have the ability to try to out-tempo him. Like, say he plays aloof here, do I Sentry? Oh, ooh, fair. It's not a good draw. This pass is really smart from him. Because I just don't have way of developing tempo. Oh, this is so bad. We just have to keep passing for a bit. Yo, Cromwell, what's up, buddy? Not a huge fan of my position, unfortunately.
The same calling card from our other case.
We got lucky that he played a card. But if you can apply a little bit of pressure, he doesn't play aloof Prowlers, you can like get there with the Farron. That's not what I want to see. Yeah, this is not looking very hot. Like, do I Tri-Beam here? There's actually like a debate to Tri-Beam here. If I Tri-Beam here and then he loses my Farron, I think I lose. But I can't just attack here and expect myself to win. Can I? Such a bizarre scenario. I think I have to Tri-Beam here and just hope he doesn't have a 2-drop. Oh, ooh, what is this card? Oh my god. I'm actually trolling. Oh no, what is that card? Oh my god, please do not flash bomb. Oh my frick, dude. That's so bad. Oh my god. Jesus Christ, this is so awful. Oh my god, my hand sucks. If he lose me here, I cry. Oh no, the Thermo Beam saves me. The Thermo Beam saves me from the aloof. Oh, that's brilliant.
It's an awesome day for
That's
progress.
brilliant. This Thermo Beam is like actually saving me the game here because it protects my Farron from aloof next turn. And I can push 3 damage, let's go. Love your YouTube content. Thanks so much, man. Really appreciate it. Sorry, I'm in the middle of like a tournament series, so I'm trying my best to stay focused, but... Oh no, now we have a coin flip. Oh god, oh this is such a mistake. Oh no, please don't play the aloof. Oh, thank god.
Check me out. I thought you'd never ask.
Now he can aloof me, I guess. Do I think he has aloof?
Me, miss? Not by a long shot.
Clearly doesn't look like he has. I need to pressure him. I have 10 damage in hand. And I'm just so close to being able to kill him.
ahead. That is said.
I just need 2 more damage of burn. That could be like an Ezreal, that could be like, I don't know. He has Scorch here, which is fine. Okay. I'll just Thermo Beam his Kate. I will just Thermo Beam his Ezreal. Okay. We're so close! We need 2 more damage. Please, Mystic Shot, Ezreal, something. I just need 2 damage. Okay, that's blockable, that's really sick.
Nothing's more exciting than an unsolved mystery.
If he has Tribeam, it's like literally sitting dead in his hand because he can't play it. What tourney is this? This is the RA. This is the Runeterra Academy League team thing. It's now Aegis Esports, but it's RA. Entire Legend Dan, what's up, buddy? 2 damage! How do I get 2 damage? Please give me 2 damage somewhere. Come on, 2 damage. I just need a Mystic Shot. Oh, that can find me Mystic Shot. I have 2 Mystic Shots. Static Shock doesn't do it. Oh my god, I'm so close. I'm so close. Please Mystic Shot me, please. Mystic Shot, pow! This is so— oh my god, we're actually gonna lose now. Oh dear lord, we lost. Or at least we're losing here, because he's gonna Tri-Beam us and we're gonna lose. Oh, we know we're not even drawing Mystic Shot. This is so bad. What is my luck? Like, what is— oh my god, I don't even have the burn. I need a top deck Ezreal here, and then I'm still dying. This is so unfortunate. Wow. This is so lame. This is so lame. Oh my god. Oh my god. What a miserable game. So yeah, that one ended up— that was unfortunate. I think in the first game against the Aphelios deck, I probably could have prioritized keeping my health total up a little bit more, because if I survived that swing turn with the Great Beyond, I think I would have won, because he doesn't have any burn to close out that game, and if I had like 2 extra health, I think I would have stabilized. It's hard to say because I was hoping I could save removal for other things, but I definitely could have saved extra health in the early game just to make sure that I wouldn't be in that position where I died to like a big Celeste. Now I did have to be in a position where I didn't have any removal to deal with the Serpent, and then I had the Ezreal 2 block, so that shouldn't really have been a big deal. So that was like kind of unfortunate. In the Ezreal driven mirror, I think I did have a little bit of an awkward hand. I was forced to use the Tri-Beam at a very early state in order to push some damage. Unfortunately, low rolled and hit the assembly bot. If I had hit anything with 3 attack, I would have won the game, because I was just 2 minute damage off that entire game. Now for the last turn, I could have like not played a unit so that you couldn't Tri-Beam, and then I could kill Farron, but then I'd just be a little bit further behind in burn. And it was just kind of rough overall. So there's definitely things we could have done differently there. It just came down a little bit to the wire that, we could have made some slight decisions here or there. Ultimately, I think, again, in our matchups, we were expecting something pretty 50-50. And I guess we got what we got. It was just unfortunately lost because I did feel a little bit unlucky in those scenarios. But overall, it's kind of how the matchup went. It was pretty even, and he got the edge in that round. Alright, so for our second round opponent, we are up against Makator. He is also playing a very similar lineup to our own. His first deck is the Jace Sentinels deck. This one is actually very, very close to our own deck list. I think he's off by, I think, like 2-3 cards. He has like 1 Fortress Power, 1 extra Shock Blast, but he doesn't have a Ruination, and he doesn't have a Withering Wail. So just right off the bat, this is like as close to mirror as it gets. So I don't think there's too much I need to explain here. Overall, I think, you know, the Sentinels as Draven or as Caitlyn all have very similar sort of spreads against each other. So even if I play like the Kate Ezreal deck into like the Sentinels deck, I would consider that pretty close to a mirror deck as well. Just very tempo oriented, very sort of brawl dependent, and just what you kind of expect, and a little bit of skill involved in there as well. Again, another thing to look out for, just 2 Aloof Travelers. Aloof Travelers is very good against our decks because they are very good at disrupting our plan. We need our Pharons, we need our Tribeams, we need our top end for our Sentinels decks, like the Albus, like the Shock Blast Vengeances. So having to play around Aloof Travelers is needed by either playing the Pharaoh Financer or saving a Thermal Beam in our hand. The second deck, again, because they are running a very similar lineup, they do have Feel the Rush here. Now Field Rush does, in my opinion, beat both Sentinels as well as Draven Ez. So if I saw this in a very similar lineup against mine, I would be banning the Field Rush just like I did in the last round as well. And now for the third deck, he has something a little bit different and interesting, which I think was something that me and my teammates didn't quite understand at first. He did bring Scouts as his third deck, which is definitely a little bit more exploitable in these sort of lineups. The Sentinels deck as well as the Kate Ezreal deck does very well into Scouts, and if he is in a position where he might need to ban Field Rush, I have 2 very good matchups into Scouts. Now unfortunately on the flip side, Scouts is good into Field Rush, and this is maybe where I didn't expect in his ban. I will just spoil it really quickly. He did end up banning my Sentinels list, and then he played into my Field Rush list, where his Scouts was able to have a good matchup there. So a little bit unexpected, but as long as I beat the Scouts matchup, or at least I got the Ez Draven or the Ez Caitlyn into the Scouts, I felt pretty fine overall because I was confident that both my decks could still beat, I guess like any 2 decks that I played regardless of what he banned. I felt comfortable playing into the Jace Sentinels deck regardless. So going to this matchup, I was going to be banning Field Rush. And then into my other 2 matchups with the Sentinels as well as the Scouts, I felt fairly confident, especially because this is one that I picked to play into. So it'd be quite embarrassing if I didn't secure the win for our team here. So I'll leave you guys at the game, and I'll catch you guys at the end. He likes this matchup. Ooh, interesting. I get it because he wants to play Scouts in a Field Rush, and then this matchup, like, if he just accidentally cheeses me, he still has like a decent chance at it. So I get what he's trying to be doing here. I want to try to avoid this as best I can. I think like I should win this regardless, or at least it's like very close. But into Field Rush, like I would like to win this one so I can play Field Rush into this deck. Trying to play Field Rush into Scouts is going to be a little bit tricky. Armold, Tribeam, and Caitlyn. We do hit the Caitlyn. We have a 2-drop we could play. We just need to find Tribeam and we are set. Expand this.
Can a spirit fight to the death?
Thinking I'll learn soon.
I would like to find like a Mystic Shot though, because like, oh, nice draw. I'd like to find a Mystic Shot, because like if he just like kills my Caitlyn here on turn 3, I'm actually going to lose a bit of tempo. It's a pretty good hand. Mystic Shot. Thermal Beam at least works. Like if he kills my Caitlyn, I can just Thermal Beam his 3/3 Sentinel. If he plays like the 3/3 Sentinel, I could potentially Thermal Beam it as well. But just like this setup is so perfect. We need to be careful of Aloof Travelers, so we probably don't play the Thermal this turn. This one's interesting, Because like if we play the thermal this turn and he loose next turn, we get really punished. If he open attacks, I can just block with Caitlyn over here and that's fine. I can't lose this to an aloof. And like his way to like kill this next turn isn't that easy. It's tricky because like if he like Mystic Shots plus Vile Feast, I don't have like a good answer to it. Like I would love to just thermal this. But if he like hits me with an aloof, I'm really sad when I could have easily played around it by playing the Pharaohs. I might regret this. We'll see. Okay, I don't regret it.
Turning yourself in. Laying the groundwork.
I should just play this. I'm like playing with fire for no reason. Like if he loots into thermo beams me, I'm like, okay, thank God. Let me just play the Financer, Jason. Play the Financer, please.
I help when I can.
So he does have one copy of box, which means I need to be slightly careful on my development turns. Outside of that, I can play fairly standardly. Make sure I have answers for like Jace. Make sure I can kill Jace when he levels up. He had the aloof. Oh my god, I actually just like... I was actually trolling. I can't believe I just like... I don't deserve to have this tri-beam. What is going on? Oh my god, this game is so stupid already. I already threw, but then like that, oh my god. What a silly game. This game is so silly.
One girl wrecking crew.
Not anymore, Vi. Hands up.
But he can technically block the Caitlyn here because I'd have to like double Mystic Shot it for it to like make sense. So like this block is pretty good for him regardless. Oh, he doesn't. Okay. Hyrule City. It was okay. It wasn't like we should have played. Like we trolled really hard by not playing the Financer, but we got lucky, I suppose. So that was only Vi. We're pretty safe to play like Ezreal here. If he plays like Jace, I guess that sucks. Oh, another Caitlyn, nice. We're in a pretty good spot. Like, he's like debating between like Vengeance and like Jace mana here. Outside of that, I guess like my Tri-Beam can still get hit. Wow, it's really bad for him. I'm just gonna play Caitlyn into like a Jace. It's not that bad. Like if he plays Jace, challenges it, he gets like flash bombed, right? And then next turn I just try to develop. Oh really? Wow. Because he doesn't have Ruination, I get to sort of just like develop into these plays. He plays a unit, gets Tribune, and we essentially win. Like that's the plan. Like he can't play like Ferris here. It's just very tempo negative for him. Shock Blast. Totally forgot about that card. That sucks.
Don't blink or you'll miss me.
But like we weren't not developing there, and then anything we developed had 3 health. So that was still like fine.
Sounds dangerous. I'm in.
We're a little bit light on cards here, so we need to like... Do you play a free card here or keep mana? Well, I mean, if he plays a unit here, we'll like use it, but I don't want like to play it and then tap under. Not really the card I'm looking for. He has another aloof. I'm actually really sad.
I move forward.
If I use the Mystic there, I tap under any mana, and then he's like free to develop. So I'd rather him like not... Oh, perfect. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. His top end is 3 Ferris and 3 Jace, really. Next turn we probably do some like Scorcher's Tribeam play. It's not great, but 3 Ferris. 3 Ferris is like close to standard these days in this deck. Like they stop playing Ledros, Atrocity, instead just like play towards the Jace, which I think is better overall. Sure. I mean, there's not much decision now, right? Like, if he vengeances, that's his whole turn. Oh my god, he's taking 8 damage here? Oh no, he's a vengeance. Okay, fair enough. But like, he's still behind, right? Like, the moment he plays Albus, like, he's gonna get Tribeamed out of the game. What? No shot, dude. What is... Oh my god, that's so unfortunate. Wow, that sucks. Yeah, it's a really bad spot for him. A, he doesn't have Vengeance, which means he has a much harder time to kill Ezreal. B, the moment he plays Albus Ferris, he gets Tribeamed, and then he's gonna lose.
It's an awesome day for progress.
Of course I don't want to like Tribeam this, but I also don't want to play another 3-drop because I want to Tribeam for 8. I don't want to Tribeam for like anything else. Okay, well I'm not gonna have an option. I'm just gonna Tribeam for like 9. Maybe hit like a Dreadway or something. I just do this to level up Ezreal. He's pretty much forced to play out. Oh wow, really? I get 10 for Cythria, yeah. Actually, has he played his card yet? So he's played the Ferris. Oh, I haven't been keeping track, but maybe he has Ruination. Like, I need to be a little bit careful he doesn't like ruinate me. I'm gonna save this for Ferris though. I'm just thinking about how I can like commit the most of the board without being too committal with our hand. Because like we need this hand to win us the game. And this is like the middle case where now he has to either spend like a ton of resources to kill these, or he like plays a unit that gets Tribeamed. I'm gonna hit some absolute garbage with this Tribeam. I can already feel it. We're just gonna get like a 6/6 or something. Yeah, we just take this damage then. Like, he can box us, but it's only a 1-of. Oh, he's dead then. Okay. Is it safer to shoot this? Because like, let's say he has Vile Feast, right? It's safer to do this. Alright. Cool. 9 and 10 get a little... 10 has gone a lot better, but it's still a little bit suspect. 9 is like high roll city, like Dreadway, Ledros, some big hitters there, but not the greatest overall. I mean, this is a pretty decent hand. He does have 3... Like, box is fantastic, relatively. The only card I would want more is like maybe like an Aberration Sentry. Or like a Vile Feast. Not the card I was looking for. Really not the cards I'm looking for. These have been mostly duds. Dud after dud after dud. Like, this is annoying. This is really annoying. This is beyond annoying. But I can't just like Avalanche right now. He plays MF, I'll Avalanche. Okay, because then it sets up for the Ravine. I could also box plus Vile Feast this turn and kill MF. At least try to. And then it still sets up for an Avalanche. This is like sort of awkward, but I think this is still okay. Like, he only has 2 resolves, and if he uses one here, it's not even that bad for us. If he doesn't, that's good for us. Okay. Ruination is phenomenal.
I'm one of the good guys, but not that good. Where's my hammer? Love ya.
Still a relatively awkward position. It's not the greatest. Like, him getting so much value out of Durant Sculptor has been quite annoying. Oh, that's bad. And killing 2 is more vital? It could be. Like, this is not a good spot for us. Like, I would like to be in a better spot.
I've come a long way from a flying stone bird.
He rallies me. That sucks. A lot. Because I can't. I'd have to, like... I'd really cry if there's a rally. He does resolve, so like I couldn't just randomly, like, I don't know what, Avalanche after the Sculptor. I could have like Avalanche into Ravine, and then maybe I'd avoid this position. Because now I'm in a very awkward spot here.
Steady hands.
So I die on the open attack. I can't ruin it. Yeah, like, just not being able to get rid of the Sculptor has been very problematic this game. And now, like, can't even get rid of the MF. Unless? Jesus Christ, dude. Alright, well, I mean, like, we drew... Like, look at our hand. Our hand is so bad. 2 Field Rushes, 2 Three Sisters, and an Atro. Jesus. Like, if he plays a Scout unit here, it's just over, right? There's nothing really can stop it. If he plays, like, the Island Navigator, we lose. lose to pretty much anything. Like, we have nothing. We don't have any playable cards in our hand.
I gotta show you
All
the
right.
sights of Bilgewater.
Yeah, that was rough. Probably cost 8 now. Oh yeah, true. The cool part about this matchup is, like, if you don't play any units for their sentinels to kill, they don't really have much pressure. Like, the worst case scenario is like an Elise for us because it just goes a little bit wide. But like, their attack token is on odds, which makes Elise like slightly worse. Like, we're chilling here. Like, as long as we don't play this to let their sentinel kill it and get like a slay proc.
Come closer. I don't bite.
So we could play it here and just attack. There's no need. There's no need. I would like to find like a whale. This is not a bad card at all though. Like, whale would be perfect. Like, whale plus Blighter Ravine just like clears his entire board. Like, if he plays like the 3/3 here, like whale would be so fantastic. If he plays a 3/3, do I play the Kindly Tavern Keeper? Yeah, right? So like, I don't give him anything to slay, and then Ravine just clears this guy, right?
We could use a bite.
I don't mind playing this for tempo though. It's okay. I don't want to play this because of obvious reasons. So I can either pass or play the Kindly Tavern Keeper. I don't mind it, because like, I'm just going to heal to full with Ravine anyways. Good draw. I probably could have got away with passing one more turn. Like, this isn't very threatening at all. But like, I can't ruinate next turn, so like, he can develop pretty easily into it. Whereas now, it's definitely a little bit more awkward. I need to make sure I try to save this for like a Jace or like an Albus. Like the only clean way I've had to kill it besides like a Vengeance.
You dropped some.
Okay, buy Tryndamere. I'll buy Ruination. Oh, Trundle on curve, let's go. Like, look at his board, right? Like, he's pushing 5 damage, it's not threatening. It's like Avalanche cleans it up, Whale cleans it up. Like, he's in a tough spot where like he can't really attack because he'll just get whaled and burn his attack token. But he can't really develop either. It's just like very awkward overall for him. His best play would be like a Vi or something like that, I guess.
You won't suffer long.
You can just play Trundle here, honestly.
King of Trolls coming through.
Like, there's no Sentinels on board. Like, even if he Vengeances my Trundle, it's whatever. Trundle survives my Avalanche. Like, Avalanching this turn, like, I'd rather him develop more, or he's just gonna spend his mana to remove Trundle, right? And then we're in the same boat. Just, like, get a little bit more reactivity by playing Trundle here. Like, he can't really develop into this board unless he wants to play, like, a Sentinel, which is annoying. See, another card that, like, dies to Avalanche, right?
It's an awesome day for progress.
Sure. Yeah, perfect. Right, he developed one extra 2/2 into my Avalanche. And it's still not the turn you can play Ferris, which makes this Avalanche fantastic. Pick really fast, did he? I'm not sure there's like any card I'm particularly afraid of.
I pull the strings.
Welcome to the tipsy hour.
Like, the scariest card would be like a... I don't know.
A little ingenuity can't fix. This one's on the house.
Ruination. Ruination's okay. But like, Tryndamere like beats up Ruination. What up, Jarvan? What's up, Pugget? Any Vengeance? Yeah. Like, removal just doesn't work on Tryndamere, right?
Bureaucrats.
Oh, really? Okay. Fair enough.
Come back next.
Like, maybe it's like Progress Day, where I want to Vile Feast it now so he can't like burst level it. Not that he could with his mana, but... Like, I suspect he has a very difficult time dealing with Tryndamere.
Future is what I make it.
Right now my hand kind of stinks though. I need to find a win con or a way out. Like right now this Jace is actually very threatening.
We could use a bite.
Maybe that's not true. Like his Jace needs a level up still. And like he can't kill my Tryndamere then. I would love to draw Field Rush. I just want to get that second Tryndamere out. Like, the second Tryndamere just like beats him the hell up. Like, even if he plays Jace, he needs to play like a 6 mana spell here.
Mind is nothing.
Alright, that's fine. Like, that's not a problem at all. It means that he's not leveling up Jace anytime soon.
Not stand in my way.
I'm just gonna smack him twice with Tryndamere. Like, he's dying next turn, actually. Like, the Tryndamere is just like straight up beefing him. Actually, that's not true. Like, Tryndamere could get like Mystic shot into Vengeance. What is this card? Glorious Evolution? Like, Shock Blast? If it's a Shock Blast, I think I might save my Tryndamere. Because like having the extra life here is actually really important. Use 3 to give Tryndamere health? Yeah, I think so.
Nothing beats field testing. Come on in.
I wanna trust the off of lethal. Like, double vengeance is gonna get us. We need to get rid of Jace. Like, Jace needs to go. Otherwise, he just like double vengeance is my Tryndamere, and that's like disastrous. Right now, we don't have a good way of doing it. We'd have to like entomb his Jace, which I do not like doing.
We look ahead.
Like, entombing his Jace is really not what we want to be doing. I really would like to not have to entomb his Jace.
Progress.
Can I just like field rush me, please? Just like field rush off the top. Feel the rush. Assembly line. Oh, we can't deny. Oh, we can deny this. We can entomb our own kindly. Is that better? I want to deny this. I don't want him to level Jace so he can just like double vengeance my Tryndamere. I need to stop this. Am I entombing my own unit? So bad. To go 3-4? No. The point is that I don't level his Jace. I can't let him level Jace here. Oh my god. Wait, that's lethal, isn't it? No, it's not. 16 over 5. It's 11. 2 off. We're so close. Ah. How do we do this? We play this. And then we still get a Battle Fury. Like, he might only block the Tryndamere. No, he can't because of Atrocity. But he might not block this, and then we get a Battle Fury the, oh, but he can Vengeance this. Ah, that's so weird. Okay. Let's see what's up. Alright, this is where things get interesting.
Now's not a good
Okay, so now, like, I can, like, Avalanche this. I get a Flash Freeze here, and then I get to Avalanche him, and I get to draw a card. It seems pretty good. I just need to find Field Rush, like, that's it. It's nothing else. I could have went for this and, like, try to top deck Blighter Ravine, but that seems kind of suspect. I'm very scared, because, like, once Tryndamere levels up, he becomes so bad. This is really scary. Like, I need Field Rush, just nothing else. Flash Freeze. Like, he's just gonna level Jace here, and then I can't Avalanche him. Ugh. That's not where I want to be at all. He's like actually realistically gonna burn me out here. It's so bad.
Tomorrow has never looked so good.
I don't want to like level my Tryndamere for myself, so I don't want to Avalanche here. This is rough. This is really rough. Box is good because like you can't really develop board here. But I'm gonna lose all my board and I don't know, I'm pushing lethal. Can I draw Field Rush, please? Another Shock Blast. Shock Blast going face. Tryndamere face. Like I'm getting Vengeance out of this game. I don't have any board left to do anything with. I don't have an answer to Jace. Like, where are my vengeances? Where are my, like, 3 vengeances? I can box you whenever I want.
Hey, figured out the clutch in that thing yet?
Get on in. You can tell me.
No Field Rush, no Vengeance. Plays buy?
Not kidding.
Like, is he gonna play Acceleration Gate? Really? You're gonna play Acceleration Gate this turn? I don't really see that as a realistic possibility. Like, now you lock yourself out to playing a 6-mana spell. Like, this doesn't seem... Oh no, but Jay still double Vengeance is my Tryndamere. Ah, this is so bizarre. I have no idea what to be doing. Wait, why does he play that? I don't understand. Why? Why do you do this to yourself? Like, I can just freeze your Vine now. Wait, it's so big for us. I still can't kill the Jace, unfortunately. But I don't see how Acceleration Gate could ever be the right play here. Why does he get Spell Shield? Oh my god, I'm actually just so peeved right now. What is this? Like, I'm forced to freeze Jace this round? And now he just needs Vengeance. Oh my frick, dude. This is so annoying. Why is he getting rewarded for this? Like, Vengeance is gonna screw me over next round. And I don't have an answer to Vengeance. Should I wail just to freeze the Jays? It's so bad. Oh, I hate everything. Like, just not gonna kill the Jays either. This Jays has been sitting pretty on this board this whole game. So annoyed. Actually, just so frustrating. This works, right? Yeah. Like, Vengeance screws me, right? Like, I believe double Vengeance through Tryndamere works how I think it does. I just hope he doesn't have Vengeance, I guess. So bad, oh my god. I guess my out is I draw Field Rush, and then I still don't win yet.
That's how we do it.
How am I not able to kill Jace, man? It's so frustrating. Why not box? That box didn't do anything. Oh, instead of using the freeze? Oh, you're totally right.
Follow my blade.
Why not kill Jace? How do I kill Jace, guys? Wait, I can't kill Jace there. I just don't Vengeance me. It's like, I don't know. He can't take this damage. Really? Oh god, what do I do here? Alright, you don't Vengeance me, please. I'm not looking. There's no shot he doesn't have Vengeance. And I'm pretty sure this works the way it worked.
Hey, show me that again.
I actually threw the game. Oh my god, the free. Oh, he didn't have. Oh my god, oh my frick. I actually threw this game. Wow. Look. Damn.
Next time I'll use my good sword hand.
Yeah, that was a tough one to end the week with, especially knowing that he didn't actually have the Vengeance to close out and win that game for him. So definitely throwing there. I do want to note that it was a misplay. So I obviously could have used the box instead of the flash freeze, and that would have won me the game in that spot. But also, I was thinking that I was still playing around Vengeance by keeping my my Tryndamere at level 1 that entire time, but in reality, if he had Vengeance, he would have just double killed my Tryndamere and then would have stopped my attack regardless, so it really wouldn't have mattered. So in that case, like, I should have either just not used anything or just like played the box and just called it a day. So unfortunately I threw the game by using the flash freeze. I think I was a little bit tight on time there at the very end, so I did manage to misplay myself in that position, which is fairly disappointing because, again, I felt pretty favored coming into the matchup. I just didn't find my Field Rush when I needed it. If I drew Field Rush, I definitely would have ended the game, but it's kind of how it goes, unfortunately. The other one, the Scouts one, was a little bit interesting. I could have killed the Durant Sculptor by just avalanching it, but then if he had like the Range Resolve, I'd be in like the same position, and then I wouldn't have an ability to kill the MF, which is really awkward. Even going back to the Field Rush versus Sentinels game, they didn't draw a single Vengeance. If I could have removed Jace, I would have won the game. No questions asked, but just not drawing enough answers against some of their champions was definitely unfortunate as well. So I would love to chalk it up to bad luck this week and stuff like that, but ultimately it still came down to just some decisions that I didn't really make, even in the first round and the second round. So definitely overall disappointing week. We have managed to lose every single game in RA, which I think is impressive in its own right, just not impressive in a good way. But thank you guys so much for sticking through another round of this week. The lineups are there, so hopefully my bad plays aren't taking away from the legitimacy of these lineups, which I do think at least made sense coming into this week, and I did feel like the lineup overall performed. I just didn't perform. So thank you guys so much for watching all the way to the end. Hopefully I will turn things around next week. We can pray. But thank you guys for making all the way to the end. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys tomorrow with another video. So peace out, guys, and take care.